Do you want to know how I started my online business with less than 10K in 30 days? Stay tuned, I'll be dropping all the tea. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So y'all have seen in the title, this is a very highly requested video. So it is the new year and I'll basically be giving you some tips and advice on how you can start your very own online store. So if you don't know me, I am Santina. I've owned and operated an online business for the past 2 years and it has been an experience. I've had many ups and downs with this business, however it has been a very fun-filled journey. Okay, so in this video I'll be speaking mainly about the things I specifically did for my online boutique. However, the skills are transferable for any business that you wish to start, whether that's selling lashes, an online clothing store, or product-based business. The skills are basically keys to success. So I've realized a lot of persons be needing advice to potentially start their own business, and I will be dropping a few gems. So get your pens and papers if you have to, pull up your notes, whatever you gotta do. Also give this video a big thumbs up. It is totally free of cost, $0 and 0 cents. It's okay. So let's get straight into this video. The very first thing I have on here is mindset. So what this means is you're gonna have to mentally prepare yourself before starting a business. You primarily will need the support of friends and family, but they won't always support you. They won't always support you. And what I mean by this, you will be asking yourself a lot who
your friends are and also your family.
It takes on a lot. Like starting a business is easy, maintaining a business is demanding. So regardless of getting the support from the people that you know around you, you're gonna have to still stay motivated and remember why you started. So it will be very exciting for the first couple of months. However, when reality kicks in, it will get frustrating when customers aren't buying your products and items aren't going as fast as you had imagined. So I recommend customers starting a business to have a very high pain tolerance. It will require patience and a lot of perseverance. So the next one I have on here is doing research. So I do not recommend for anyone to make any form of payment until they do their own research. In my case, I knew I wanted to start an online boutique and I needed information and knowledge on how I would go about doing so. So at this point, YouTube and Google was my best friend. So you have to be very precise when you're researching your vendors. As for me, I did not purchase a vendors list and I strongly do not recommend for anyone to purchase any vendors list. You need to find suppliers that you can get your items from and mark it up at a reasonable cost while making a profit from it. Ensure that whatever you're purchasing, it has a target market for it. You're not just purchasing because you see other stores on Instagram or Facebook selling a specific item. Not because you're selling it means that your item will be selling too. So you definitely have to do your research on your target market. You want to get the best price possible when you're purchasing items, in addition to paying for your shipping. You can use vendors, well, popular vendors such as AliExpress, Alibaba, Shein, Fashion Nova. Those are just a few. And again, you have to ensure that you're purchasing at a very reasonable price, so at the end of the day, when it's time for you to mark up your goods, you're indeed making a decent profit. So the next thing I did was to research my competitors. I knew that my business would not be the first in the industry and I could not outdo my competitors. So what I would do is to find out their specific branding, who they were selling to, and their tone. So while my product would basically be the same, I wanted to set myself apart from it. I wanted to know what exactly was what was trending for them and what was missing from the market. So whatever was missing and whatever my strengths were, I would try to use those to make my business and to specifically target my desired customers as well. So shipping in Jamaica can be very expensive. I don't care how persuasive and pretty the advertisements can be by these shipping companies, it is very expensive. So a critical aspect in starting an online business in Jamaica is finding a shipping company. So we do not have the luxury of getting our items delivered directly to our doors. We are a third world country, which means that majority of the items that we purchase, we have to ship through an agency. This can either make or break your business. You definitely need to find a reliable shipping company. You have to take into consideration the amount of money you're willing to pay. Majority of these companies charge in US dollars, which means that will be at a higher rate. The cheapest I would consider for a shipping company would be at least $500 per pound. So if your item weighs 5 pounds and it costs $100 US, you will be entitled to pay for the rate as well as the custom duties that will be added to it. I have been using ASAP Express. They are located in Kingston. I've also realized that the shipping companies located in Kingston, they are pretty cheaper than the ones in Montego Bay. Or for those of you who don't know, there is a threshold of $50. So once your item passes $50, then you will be charged custom duties and fees. So in terms of budgeting, you would have to decide on how many inventories you'd like to start with, as well as the amount of money that you're willing to spend on shipping and getting essential products. As for me, I started with only 3 products. It was my very first time. I wanted to test my suppliers, my shipping company, as well as if the product that I wanted to sell, if it was trending. So I started off really small. When I realized that it was selling, I then tried to get additional stuff similar to what was purchased, because the fact that persons were buying means that they were interested in it and I could potentially find a market for it. So I should have mentioned branding to begin with, however I wanted to save the best for last. It took me 2 years to decide on a business name, and it was when I finally decided that I need to get with the flow and just start, that is when I came up with my business name. A little backstory on how I got my business name. It was basically 876 Bougie Fits. At the time, my target market was Jamaica and I wanted to use something to symbolize my target market, so I chose 876, which is the area code for Jamaica, and then bougie. So most of the stuff that I sell would be trendy and bougie. So I said 876 bougie, and then it just sounded so dry, so I added fits to it. So fits would basically specify all of the fits I'll be selling, so dresses, tops, shorts, undergarments and stuff like that. I chose my target market for Jamaica, so obviously I would have to use the Jamaican colors as 876 would have been in my logo. So I set it on black, green and yellow, and that is basically how I came about my color theme for the brand. Before I actually started the business, I did not have any form of idea as to how I would get the name, the logo and stuff like that. And I advise you guys, when you see Instagram promotions with small business owners going on, try to participate, because you'll never know. I participated in this giveaway where it was a graphic designer, and what she was basically doing was selecting, well, one lucky person. The only thing that was required was to tag at least 3 persons and repost a flyer, and I basically did it with no intention of actually winning. And I remember I tagged 4 persons instead of 3, and I didn't take it as anything. And a few days later, I remember the deadline would have passed for everyone to do the whole tagging and recommending of persons under the flyer, and this particular friend reached out to me and she was like, "Girl, can I get the giveaway prize?" And I'm like, "What giveaway prize?" And she was like, "You actually won a logo." And I'm like, "What logo?" And then she sent me the post and stated that I won a competition, and that was how I got my business logo. So I was able to win a free logo for my business that was just a potential startup. I did not know how I was going about with the logo or the name and stuff like that, and I worked with the designer and she was able to It's on my shirt. She was able to design the logo, and this is how it came out. Ignore the fingernail. But yes, this is how I came about my actual brand, and from there I realized that it was meant to be because I prayed about it. I wasn't sure what exactly to do, and I remember I prayed about it. It was going into 2 years, and I'm like, this year won't end and I don't start a business. And when I won the competition, that was my initial sign to just start, and that is when I started. You don't have to think about all the good stuff and how to get it perfect. Just start now, and at the end of the day, once you start, by just doing simple stuff, you will realize that you're perfecting your actual business. Finalizing my brand, I went ahead and created a Facebook and an Instagram account. So this is totally free of cost, and then I started to advertise my new brand. So with the help of my friends and family members and word of mouth, I was able to gain a few followers, and from there I started to upload photos of my inventories that were purchased. And successfully I was able to sell the 3 items that were purchased, and they were indeed under $50 US. I realized that persons were liking it, so I purchased similar items to it, and from there I grew my business. In terms of my packaging and branding, I was able to win a thank you card, which I'm going to leave right here. However, I upgraded my thank you card and I created a template in Canva, which is free of cost, and I printed it on Vistaprint. So this was my second take in rebranding my business because I wasn't really sure as to what color theme I was working with. So these are the old files that I would have been using to begin with, and then this would be the new items that I would have transitioned into. So with the business bags, I was able to go on Amazon and find a black bag that would be similar to my business brand theme, and I was working with that until it was finished. I then started doing customizable bags. So as I was stating before, you do not have to focus on your brand with regards to how you want it to look, because over time you will be changing it. What else haven't I discussed? So that's basically how I started my online business, 876 Bougie Fits. Okay guys, so this is basically the end of my video, and this has been my 2 cents on how I started my online business. Very easy, and basically all the steps I took was basic research. If you would like any additional information on how I started my business, what shipping companies I've used and stuff like that, you can always reach out. I hope you have gotten some form of knowledge as it relates to how you can actually start your own business. Thank you so much again for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, see you in my next video. So y'all have seen in the title,